G'day there, it's Adam here, CEO of HCASH, and
it's Andrew here, COO of HCASH.
And we're here talking to Dr. Joseph about his award last night, the lab here at Monash University, and a few of the questions that the community has. So, Dr. Joseph, would you like to tell us about your amazing award that you got last night?
Big congratulations.
Thank you. And actually last night I was given the HCASH ICT Researcher of the Year. So what is it? First of all, HCASH stands for Australian Computer Society. It is the largest organization of the ICT sector in Australia. And every year they will award some people who is outstanding in the ICT sector in Australia. And I'm very honored to be one of these winners. And the category is Research of the Year. That means to recognize my contribution in research, especially in blockchain community, this time to the Australian ICT society.
Now, the research that you've been doing, that you actually got the award for, what exactly was that research that you were awarded it for?
That research is mainly to provide some privacy-preserving algorithm in the blockchain.
Okay, and that also can be implemented onto the HCASH project, correct?
Yes, definitely.
Excellent, excellent. So, Andrew, would you like to ask a couple of questions here?
Well, I guess just for our community and so people understand a little bit more about what's happening here at Monash and the Faculty of Technology, you could let people know a little bit more about the research lab, how many people say work there, and just some more insight as to day-to-day what happens there and what people are doing.
Now, first of all, I have a good news to tell. In September, that's 2 months ago, we have a new member joining our lab.
Oh, that's fantastic.
He's a lecturer joining us from Luxembourg. And he's an expert in the blockchain, especially on the consensus part.
Ah, yes.
So later on, we can have a stronger team to work on every expert in the blockchain, ranging from, say, the privacy-preserving part, security, and also to the consensus.
It's great to hear that you're always expanding the team and always getting the best people from around the world to help contribute to the researchers. Yeah. That's fantastic. Is there anything else that's upcoming and exciting that is going to be coming up and also plans for next year?
Yeah, sure. Since the publication of our paper in HCISP in Wollongong in the middle of this year, we continue to improve this algorithm. And very recently, we have just submitted a technical paper to some conference, and that is actually an improvement to our Wollongong paper. And the improvement allows the people to now to spend multiple wallets together. In the past, in the first version, we expect the people to have one wallet and spend one wallet at a time. It's okay, but it's not very practical. So that's why in this version, we improve that so every user, they can now spend multiple wallets together. For example, the first wallet I have $1, the second wallet I have $3. Now I can spend these two wallets together. I don't need to spend 2 times. You know, if I spend one, I can just need to pay one transaction fee, which is cheaper than spending multiple times. So it actually gives us a more efficient and more cheaper way to spend our cryptocurrency.
But that's fantastic to hear, and it's really exciting to know that research that you've recently published, there's already been some improvements, and there's always ongoing development in what's happening. So that's really exciting. Yeah. Is there anything else you wanted to?
Can you tell us a little bit more about the team at the Monash Blockchain Lab?
We have currently 6 academics in our team, and as I just mentioned, we range from doing these cryptographic things, the very fundamental research on blockchain, and also to the application side. And you know, the blockchain is not just limited to the fintech. Exactly. It can be applied to other different sectors, for example, the energy sector, the medical healthcare sectors. And we are currently discussing with other people in this faculty to have some larger joint project on the energy sector as well as the medical healthcare sector.
Can you explain a little bit more about blockchain and how it can be used in real life situations, say like with the energy?
Yeah, the energy is very interesting, and in the past we just turn on the electricity and that's it. But now, of course, we are migrating into the cyber world, such as the smart grid system. And in the smart grid system, it's not just one way, but maybe two way. For example, if I've installed the solar panel in the roof of my house and I can sell the electricity to the company, I can earn something. But this interaction actually generates more data. And also, we should organize it in a decentralized manner and also in a privacy-preserving manner. Because now, every user at our home, you can generate the energy, you can generate the data. And of course, I don't want my this kind of private information, for example, how many electricities I have generated, to be known by everyone. I want to keep it secret. At the same time, I want to earn some money. So how can we preserve this kind of data in a privacy-preserving way, and also to be authenticated and secure? And blockchain is a perfect tool to help us to manage this data. So this is just an example, and you can think of so many examples, similar examples.
Absolutely. I think that the way that it could be used is really endless when you start talking about financial institutions, government, energy, healthcare. There's so many different applications to it. And I think that that's something that the public needs to understand, that it's not just about cryptocurrency, that blockchain has many different applications that it can be used for.
Because this is places where it starts at the university, and then it's a matter of getting it right and secure, and then how do we then apply that to the real world. So it's one thing that it's important that people understand what can actually happen.
Exciting times, absolutely. With the difference between some of the quantum resistance that's out there at the moment, I've heard of Rainbow that's being sort of implemented on one of the other chains. And I was looking at your PPT in regards to the research that you've done, and it seemed to me that the Rainbow system was secure, but it took a long time to be able to do anything on it. So transaction time, all that sort of stuff really blew out with the Rainbow system. Would that be correct?
Yes, and maybe I can say more about this quantum resistance, because if you are not a cryptographer, you may not fully understand how it works.
Correct.
So, for example, some people is asking, so is a hash function secure enough for a quantum computer? The answer is yes. And the hash function used in Bitcoin or Ethereum or HCASH, all these hash function is secure. Then what's the point to have a post-quantum secure cryptocurrency? This is the reason that I need to clarify is, in the secure blockchain system, we need to have two things. The first, of course, is a hash function, but the second thing is a digital signature. This is the part that it's not post-quantum secure in most of the cryptocurrencies, such as Bitcoin. So even if the first part is secure, but if the second part is not secure, so is the overall system secure? Of course not.
No, that's the weakness in it.
Yes, definitely. So that's why in HCASH we need to improve the second component. That is the signature. The signature has to be post-quantum secure in order to claim the whole system post-quantum secure.
Yes, and that's I think it's important to note, and also it's probably fair to say that quantum computers is something that is still yet to come out. So it might be one thing that people might say that the hash function is secure now, but we don't know how fast quantum computers will evolve. It might be exponential, so it might be okay when they first come out, but 2 or 3 or 4 years in, I mean, you look at other technologies such as the internet, you look at smartphones, mobile phones have come from needing to be at home in your landline to be portable. And to what they are today, they're mini computers. So things can evolve so rapidly, and we can't foresee or predict that. So I think it's also, like you're saying, important that we work on that now, and not just when it comes go, oh, we need to do something now, and it might take many years of research to solve the problem.
It's really future-proofing, isn't it?
Future-proofing.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. There's also a couple more questions from the community. I know we just spoke about the differences in terms of the hash function, which was one that was asked about if hash function is secure. Also, what are other parts people want to know? The creative, technical point of HCASH, and also what we plan to make the project to be a good project.
Okay, good question. Actually, in design a secure system, security and efficiency, most of the time they are contradicting with each other. So if you want to have a secure system such as post-quantum secure, if you do not consider efficiency, it's very easy. You just expand the key length. And last year, there's a NIST competition to call for the proposal for the standard post-quantum algorithm. And I remember one submission is RSA. But it seems the RSA is not post-quantum secure, right? It can be easily broken by the quantum computer. But that submission, they just expanded the length of RSA maybe 1,000 times or 10,000 times, and they claim it is post-quantum secure. Well, it is true, it's post-quantum secure, but it may take maybe several hours to do encryption or decryption. If I transform these contexts into the blockchain, maybe we can just make the key length longer to make it post-quantum secure. That is easy, but it may take maybe several days to process one transaction. Now, that is not practical. So that's why we want to have something that is both secure and efficient. So we develop some post-quantum algorithm that is practical. And that is the main point of doing the HCASH project. Instead of just to expand it, say 1,000 times to be secure, that is not
practical.
Not practical.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it would be if you were just solely looking for security and not factoring in real-world application or anything else, it would be very quickly take a very short time to make something very, very secure. But again, to bring it back to the real world, that's the real challenge. I mean, even if you look at, say, banking or a vault or a safe, we could make that super secure to hold valuables and goods in there and make a safe that the walls are kilometres thick, and that would be very hard to get into. But is that practical to then go and use on a daily basis? It's probably not. So that's the challenge, and I suppose where all of the time and energy goes in.
Yes.
Fantastic. Also, there's another question. Some of the community members were interested in your thoughts on what do you think, at what point in the future do you see issues with development with blockchain technology, and what do you see foreseeing to be a problem with development?
I think one of the issues, of course, is the post-quantum security issue. And another very recent hot topic is how to use the blockchain to store the data. As you know, we can put everything into the blockchain, that is fine. But how about if you want to search for particular data? It's not easy because you still need to search from the first block until the last block. So one of my current research is to connect some, say, off-chain storage with the on-chain system so that we can facilitate an efficient search. At the same time, we can preserve the nice properties of blockchain.
That's fantastic. And again, like you're saying, it's if you're looking for storage, you want to have access to that post-quantum as well.
Yes.
Again, it's one thing to then say, oh, we've developed storage, but is it secure? So there's lots of challenges, which is very exciting to hear all the work that is happening in the research lab here at Monash.
Yes.
One of the conferences that I was at in South Korea, we were talking about why is it important to keep building new platforms, like not to just why don't we just keep using Ethereum or keep using the Bitcoin blockchain? And I was saying that if you don't innovate in this, and we don't keep moving forward, then just like any sort of technology, we would be obsolete. Would you agree with that?
Yes, of course. Everyone knows that Bitcoin is the first blockchain, and you may have a question why we still need to have different kind of cryptocurrencies, because the Bitcoin itself, although it's the first one, it's not the best one. There are many rooms to improve. So that's why we need to develop some improvement. And it's quite hard to improve Bitcoin every time. So that's why it's better to have, say, the Ethereum, the first one to support smart contract, and we have HCASH to support the post-quantum security. It's much easier than to ask people to change the Bitcoin. It's not possible.
Correct. I think that's one thing that people are finding hard to grasp is the difference between the blockchains. When you start talking about blockchain to people, they think that it's just like the Bitcoin blockchain. That's it, and that's where we're at. I think it's important for people to understand that the development of blockchain is very innovative, and we need to keep moving forward and not just resting on, oh yes, we've been able to code this and get the algorithms right for this. Why don't we just stop there? No, I think that just like any sort of new technology that's out there, when we're talking about mobile phones, you could say something like Nokia. Yeah, they were the leaders in the field at their time. They didn't keep up with the technology. Along came Apple and then said goodbye. So I think with any sort of technology like that, that you need to keep progressing and innovating in that field.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, well, I guess really thank you for your time. And also there was other mention, you're now associate professor here at Monash as well.
Yeah.
So congratulations on that. So it seems that everywhere, everything you touch is going very well. So we're very privileged to have someone of your capability and the team that you've got working with us and really pushing the boundaries of innovation. And we really look forward to the outcomes and the findings of the new papers that have just been submitted, and we'll be in touch and be able to present them to the community once it's all come out. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Joseph. All right, so that's it from Adam, and
that's it. Yeah, see you again soon.